is at fault for this collision? Well, the driver of the Nissan Qashai that didn't make contact with any of the vehicles involved is the person that's liable for the collision. They remained at the scene of the collision, they were arrested for the manner of their driving, and they admitted liability for the collision straight away. Does the camera vehicle's avoiding action mean that they are in any way liable for the collision with the Audi that was travelling in the opposite direction? That's also very straightforward, and the answer is no. Natural instinct when in a situation like this with panic is to swerve, and if you think about the many near misses you'll have seen on dashcam over the years, you'd see in this kind of situation it normally works. You'd see a vehicle turn across the path of another, you'd see the car swerve around the rear of the car that turned across the path and continue down the road, and you'd probably be like, phew, glad they avoided that turning across their path, what a dickhead. But in this case, the car turning across the path braked and come to a sudden stop, so the camera car took second evasive action, which put them onto the opposite side of the road. When you review liability, you're looking for the chain of causation. There will always be many contributory factors, but ultimately you're usually looking for the one thing that started the chain of causation, which is the proximate cause. In this case, the proximate cause is the Nissan turning across the path of the camera vehicle. That action caused the reaction of the camera vehicle, which resulted in the collision with the Audi travelling in the opposite direction. The case has been heard at the Sheriff's Court, and yes, in Scotland it is still the Sheriff's Court. The defendant, Christopher Adams from North Carolina in the United States, who was on holiday at the time of the collision, entered a guilty plea via his lawyer, and Sheriff Sara Matheson sentenced him to a UK driving ban of 12 months and a £2,185 fine. Naturally, the vehicle damage and the injuries will be dealt with separately in civil court if required. However, I would imagine, given the Nissan driver admitted liability immediately and this dash camera footage, I would imagine the insurer of the hire car that he was driving will just admit liability and will be settling the claims brought forward for the damages and the injuries sustained. A nice straightforward case if you think about it all logically and see the bigger picture. If you enjoy my liability reviews and you've stayed here to the end, please make sure that you're following, as 80% of regular viewers don't follow the page. Lovely jubbly, sound as a pound.